remind you all about that incredible resource. Reminders from the support team. These are the most important issues that our support team is handling. These are things you can help out our support team with, help your agents out with, pay special attention to the reminders from the support team. And then, lastly, of course, we will talk about our upcoming webinars. All right, hope you all are ready to go. We are. Let's get started. We're going to start with a Master Your KW Mobile App Video Contest. Brenda?
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. So before we talk about the workshop video contest, which is going on for several weeks now, we have a big announcement, and that's that we have hit a milestone in the last several days. We have hit 1 million app downloads. So that's really exciting. We're past that, actually, past 1 million downloads of the Keller Williams Realty Real Estate Search app. So what that means is that there's more than 1 million buyers and sellers that are looking to Keller Williams as part of their home search. Are all of those branded? No. So just a reminder that you want to make sure you and all of the agents in your market center are sharing your branded app so that they're looking specifically to the consumers, looking specifically to their local agent, and are always in contact with you during and long after the home search or home sales process. So we have a special guest with us today, and I'm going to bring him online in a moment. His name is John Murdoch. John is both MC Tech Coordinator and a Technology Ambassador at 2 of the market centers in South Florida. And John has taught the mobile app workshop at least one time, and he's just going to share with us some of the successes that he's had with that, which include the bullet points that you can see here. He found that sending email reminders that had videos embedded worked very well. He'll talk about how he set up the room. He was able to project his phone screen onto the training room projector, and he also got some really great feedback from the agents that participated. So John, you should have audio. Do you want to go ahead and say hello? Let's see how it sounds.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you perfectly. Everybody else, raise your hand if you can hear John.
Sounds great, John.
Awesome. Yes, like mentioned, yes, I am a tech ambassador in both the Fort Myers and the Islands Market Center and the Naples Market Center. I was excited to do when the workshop style came out. Fort Myers is a new market center that launched in May, just had its first transmittal with profit share, which we're very excited about. We had a lot of really experienced agents. We opened the market center with about 20 cappers. So all of us know we're not dealing with a lot of new agents, it's a lot of existing agents. So I wanted to do the workshop in a way that would get them roll it into their existing business practice. So the workshop setting, and I'd had some requests for a lot of more workshop style classes, so this really was perfect timing. I think the first key that I did is in the handout that was given to us for the workshop, it suggested to put the tables in a U shape. So I put the tables in a U shape facing the TV. And when that happened, I was able to be in the middle. I could see the screen behind me with the notes that I had. I just did a basic PowerPoint of what we were going over that day the first time. And it was very successful. We got hands-on, showing people how it worked. It was also a good time because, as you know, you're in multiple market centers. We've had that, maybe the wrong market center is branded because maybe they incubated Bonita Springs and we need to display Fort Myers and changing the text underneath the location. Make it say Southwest Florida because we like 3 to 4 market centers in a 25 to 45 minute radius. So we usually say Southwest Florida in the back of the agency area. So I labeled the workshop with troubleshooting some of their issues and also getting them to see it. I was able to get them past the frustrations maybe some of them were having. So that was really successful. The first time I didn't syndicate the screen, the app to the TV because I really didn't think it was going to work that well. Because I played some technologies before that hadn't worked. So I did the app workshop a second time actually this Tuesday, and I was able to use a program that was suggested to me through, I believe it was the Agent Services Facebook group on KW, and the app that I use allowed me to connect it wirelessly to my iPhone, and from what I hear is it should work on all apps if you have an Android or you have an Apple phone, and it's called Reflector 2, R-E-F-L-E-C-T-O-R, the number 2. I did on for just on my Mac, it was free to download, but I did have to pay like $7.99 on my phone to have the app from the App Store. And it worked brilliantly. Everyone saw my screen the entire time, and we had everyone really engaged. So it worked really well. In regards to email, I use MailChimp to send email reminders to every agent in the office. The reason to do that is because not everyone has the right email address in their White Pages profile when they start out. I can also see who opens the email, so I do it that way. And I record a YouTube video just talking about the class face-to-face, very bomb-like, and emailed it out to them. And I, through all this, got really great feedback. I feel that everyone was really engaged. I have a lot of the download statistics for our office. I guessing have increased. I won't see that because we just transmitted, so I won't see that statistics after everything is started in the system, Consumer Market Center. But I think it was very successful, and I was very happy that it went so well.
Great, thank you, John. And first, congratulations on a first transmittal with profit. That's really exciting. So yeah, we here have tried Reflector and had success with it, and I'm seeing some other comments. So John is saying he used Reflector 2. I don't know that we used Reflector 2, but we also were able to get that to work. So, and I know there's probably others out there, but that seems to be the most popular. So did it fit into 1 hour? How did the timing work? Were you able to finish the workshop in an hour? Did it take longer?
Yeah, I talk really fast. It went pretty quickly. A lot of it, because there's not so much, it wasn't so much content. And I know we talked a lot about the past couple months about when we have agents do something, they retain it more and walking away with something. So I want to make sure that I think the way that our workshops set up by you all allowed me to think more clearly about maybe having less content in workshops and more activities created. I think because of that, it all fit perfectly and worked very well.
Awesome.
Hi, John. This is Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
So tell me, did you gauge the what was the when you did workshop on the app? Did you gauge the amount of downloads that the agents had prior to going to class and after? Can you tell me about those results?
Sure. For our agents, I can't see exactly because we just transmitted, and I don't have access to Bonita Springs where they're incubating. But gotcha. I was going off the verbal from the agents. So most of them said that they hadn't shared, like what I got from most agents. So everyone said they hadn't shared it before the class, and then my post-class email told me they now shared it with everyone. Most said they'd shared it with over 20 people. So it's not even a week since the class, and most people said they shared it with 20 people where they really hadn't shared it with anyone before.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a big increase. And in our conversation prior to today, you said that a lot of agents after the workshop, it just sounds like they're more confident and comfortable. They know how to use the app so much better now, so they're more confident in going out and sharing and selling it to their clients.
Exactly. Like a lot of people don't know what's the big deal. Yeah, I have an app, but they don't know what it do for me. And really showing them, I really spent a lot of time going over drawing the circle on the map and what that means, and hitting the list button in the top right after you draw the circle, and that brings you to the list of those listings, and showing them the data they will see. It's the same data that is public MLS data that you can see on any listing. I also, from a recruiting standpoint, from KW, as we know, we won't say copy, but perhaps Zillow or Trulia might have mimicked some of the features of that. And from a recruiting standpoint, letting them know that it is the only app that that does these kind of things, and how it is really a great tool for that. And for here in South Florida, we obviously have a lot of people from all over that are here all the time, especially in the winter. And I told them that I was very full disclosure. I told them that your name will still be there if it gets branded, no matter where they are. So if they go email an agent or property, a great way for you to capture referral income as well. Because we have a lot of people from out of town. So we looked at some of the detailed features of that, and that was really helpful that way as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, John. Does anyone else have questions, John? Anybody else? Just a couple of comments about sharing your phone on the screen. If you have an iPhone or really any Apple device, then if you have Apple TV hooked up to the projector or the television, whatever you're projecting on, and we all use that here too, that works very well.
Yep.
Okay.
Philly also has a comment about having out-of-town visitors, seeing other agents in the area, and the way that this works is if someone has your app, your mobile app, chances are pretty good that you've already established a relationship with them, especially if they're an out-of-town client. So you do want to be sure that they know to contact you as soon as they do find the property of their choice. If they are looking outside of your MLS area, when they click contact an agent, it's going to contact the closest office. And at that point, again, we're following IDEX rules, and that's really the only way that we can provide the data and the information. And we cannot provide your contact information as the agent. However, if you're doing a job of keeping that relationship, especially with those out-of-town clients, chances are pretty good they're going to stay in touch with you anyway. So it doesn't direct them to a specific agent. It does take them to the office, just so that you know that.
Okay. Again, John, thank you so much for sharing your experience and your successes with us. Congratulations, and hopefully that inspires all of you or gives you some more ideas to teach this or really any workshops. Yeah. So thank you. So as we were talking earlier, we have this contest going, and we've sweetened the pot a little bit, so to speak. So if you're just jumping on the ambassador calls lately, we are running a Master Your KW Mobile App contest. So what this entails is you can win. You see myself and Kevin there, very happy to be using the app.
We're so happy.
So happy. We're so happy to be wearing those Share Your App t-shirts that are exclusive to Keller Williams agents and associates. So if you want one, you can get one. And you can get one that's signed, in fact, by Gary Keller and all of the KWRI executives. So here's how it works. So we'll just go through the steps here on the screen. First thing is you'll go to the KWU website, the Keller Williams University website, and on there, and I'll actually bring that for you, that's where you'll find all of the courses that are available for you to teach in your market center. So you should be seeing the Keller Williams University website here. So to find the Master Your KW Mobile App workshop, you'll dig down into all products on the left side, browse A through Z, and then it starts with M. So using the Browse by Title menu at the top, click on M, and you'll see Master Your KW Mobile App. So step one is to come here, click Download, and it's going to give you a zip file, or you could also go to the Toolkit tab and download the individual pieces that way. But it includes a checklist for you, the facilitator, everything you need to do to get ready for the workshop, which includes step 2, sending an email, which you can use this verbiage in this PDF to send an email to your agent to let them know about the workshop, what they should do beforehand to get ready and what to expect. Change it up if you want to. That's just suggested verbiage. And then step 3, this is a facilitator guide that really scripts out everything you do and say for that hour, how to set up, what materials you'll need, what materials your participants need, which in this case is really just their phone. And then training doesn't end after the class is over, so follow up. In the case, it's encouraging them to keep on using their app as a speaking point anytime they meet a new contact or run into anybody they know. It's just a really great excuse to have a conversation, plus you're giving them something value. So step 1 is to download all of the materials. And then step 2 is to put it on your Market Center's training calendar and deliver the workshop. Step 3, here's where things we're going to increase the prizes that we give away. So if you've taught the workshop or you had it on the calendar, send us proof of that. Either, and look at the second bullets, the 2 bullets below that. If you send us a copy of your training calendar or any email or flyer that you've used to promote the workshop, made a picture of the workshop in progress, we're going to enter you in a draw. We have a limited number of Share Your App t-shirts that aren't signed, but that we can give away. So you can win a regular Share Your App t-shirt just by showing that you've scheduled or have delivered the workshop. Again, if you schedule it more than once, you can enter more than once. If you want to take it a step further, then when the workshop ends, capture a video that at least 3 people who attended the workshop sharing their testimonials, anything that they took away from the workshop, and that will get you into the draw to win the signed t-shirt. So step 4, regardless of which of those approach you take, or both, we hope, get those into us before the end of the night on Friday, August 14th, and you can send them to us at ambassadors@kw.com. And then at the Mega Camp session for MC Techs and Ambassadors, which is on August 19th, Wednesday morning, we'll announce the winners and award the t-shirts. And if you're not there, it's okay, you can still win. We will just send you your t-shirt get it to you after Mega Camp. I think I answered all the points there. Any questions? Can you purchase an unsigned t-shirt? That's a great question, Gail. We'll look into that. We'll see what kind of inventory we can get, and maybe that's something we can make happen. Great question. We'll check into that for you.
Or Gail, I can meet you around back at the convention center. We can work something out.
Work out a deal. Nice. Okay, Kevin, why don't you tell us what's new in the Edge?
Yeah, we have some new Edge updates that came out on August 5th. We're pretty excited about these two updates. So the first one is your reminders, and on the screen here you see the reminders, and you'll notice the little edit button. So these are reminders that come in with website activity. These are reminders that come in directly from the website. That would, for example, be that someone just signed up or was looking at these particular houses, maybe saved a search, and they're reminding you to get in touch with them. That is something that you can now edit by clicking on the edit button right there next to reminders. It's a little bit of an update. I mean, it doesn't pack a lot of punch, but it really can help you out in staying in touch, especially with those brand new maps. All right, next slide, Brenda. All right, next release, and you all will probably be excited about this, is you have now the ability to search by partial email address. In the past, you could search by first name, you could search by last name, however, you needed the entire email address. A lot of times, we just remember part of the name that was in the email address. And we could, and just knowing that, we could have done a search. Well, we can now get a complete search. And in this example, if you can see on the screen, this is our training account. I put in the last name Weber as one of the, just as my search in the email address. It pulled up every contact that we've used and had that somewhere because we create some test accounts. So it's just a small example of how quickly that you can find contacts now through simple searches. And that's going to be searching by partial email address. And we want to congratulate the Market Leader Trulia team for bringing us those great updates. All right, next slide are updates that are coming up. I know you all will be excited about this. This is something we actually had in the past, and now it is back. And that is the mail merge to contacts. And mail merge, the way it works basically is it will automatically add salutation, even a greeting, and any number of those things can be added to a mail merge. So when we're sending out a mass email, and we want it to start out with the individual's name, the contact record, or some sort of greeting that makes it more personable. Because when we receive an email that starts off with just the information, we know it's a mass email and it's not being sent directly to us. There's a little bit more of a warm feeling when you receive an email that has a name on it, or with a great greeting that says that some of the ideas that have come across are things like hope you're having a good day, happy holidays, those types of greetings. So our question to you is, what types of things would you like to see in the mail merge? There might be some greetings or some terms, and pretty much anything can be added to it. Not everything that you all recommend or suggest will, but these are things that that we can ask can be added to the mail merge list. So we'll be taking any of those from you all, and we'll take them now, and of course we'll take them after as well. So keep those coming, and let us know if you have any questions regarding the updates that have happened or the updates that are coming up. Joe wants a zip code in there. Okay. And we'll be, of course, putting in first name, last name, different greetings, different closings. So closings aren't out of the question either. Start thinking about those as well. All right, and Christina's excited about making some great templates. City developments of communities, very good. And I don't know if I have the answer to this, and Brenda or Ad, if you do know this, please chime in. We will have the opportunity to use the mail merge code in campaigns. And that's a great question, because I think that's one of the biggest, that's one of the biggest things is because we send a lot of campaigns to multiple people. So that would be great.
Yeah, I don't know the answer off the top of my head either, but just type them in and we'll compile a list and get you answers by next week.
Keep your questions coming. Yep, good concerns that are coming through. We'd like to get everything you all have on MailMerge. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks, Kevin. Okay, a couple of updates regarding MegaCamp. It's real close. Slight change in time for MedTechnology Camp, Tech, if you're planning on going. Same day, it's still happening on Wednesday, August 19th, but it's been pushed back by half an hour. So it's now beginning at 2 p.m. and goes until 6 p.m. So same content, same plan. It's just going to start a little bit later. And just a reminder that if you are already at MegaCamp, you are welcome to come by the MC Tech and Ambassador special session, which is the same day, and that is from 9 to 11 a.m. This is in the Austin Convention Center. That's going to be room ABC, so you don't need any special registration or badge or wristband to get into the special session. You just need to be registered to be there for MegaCamp, or at least for MedTech Camp, and then you're welcome to attend. Again, fear not if you aren't able to make MegaCamp this year. We will certainly catch you up. Again, the session for MC Techs and Ambassadors, we have a lot of updates from our product team. We have new members of the team that you'll meet, and the new and the old all have great updates, some accomplishments, and some roadmap items that you will be interested in hearing about. And then wrap up the session, helping you walk out with an action plan for training and supporting agents in your market centers with what's coming down the pipe. Also, here's a sneak peek at what's on the agenda for Megatech. Again, this is from 2 to 6 p.m. on Wednesday, August 19th. So it's going to kick off with a State of Technology presentation where Carrie Sylvester talks about key initiatives. She's going to talk about Upstream, the broker public portal, how that's going to impact agents, and the future of real estate. And then there's some panels and presentations throughout the day, or throughout the afternoon, including next generation client expectations. So the next generation of clients are more demanding, less tolerant than ever. So how do you address those demands using technology? We'll talk about communication strategies and how that can impact your search engine ranking. We imagine the touch campaign. So how there's a panel hearing from top agents, how they're leveraging multi-channel and omni-channel communication to interact with their clients, as well as cultivating leads and generating referrals. Adi from our KW research team is going to share what the top 5 technology trends are. And then I believe the break happens, and after the break, I may be off on when the break's happening, but what you're all going to be excited for is CEO Chris Heller will share KW Tech announcements and his vision for the future and innovation at Keller Williams. So all of the big questions on your mind, he will be addressing those then. The keynote speaker this year is R. Ray Wang, and his topic is disrupting digital business. So he'll talk about the future trends and disruptive technologies, how they affect business processes, business models, and organizational design required for successful technology adoption. And that's going to be followed with an interview. Carrie Sylvester will interview Ray Wang to get some specific answers for all of us as it affects us as Keller Williams associates. And we're going to wrap up with a panel that's facilitated by J.P. Lewis and Jay Papazan called Systems for Limitless Growth. You're going to hear about the systems and lead generation tactics that set the top agents up for successful expansion. And just a reminder, again, if you aren't able to be there, I'm bringing up a screen, or actually the live page, blog.kw.com. So for all of our major events, at least pretty frequently, weekly or monthly, we have great posts added to the blog. But for the major events, what you can do is come over to the right side where it says search by category, and you can filter out, like there's family reunion. So I'll go down to MegaCamp, so you can see that last year and every year prior to that, no later than 24 hours, usually much shorter than that time frame. After any panel or presentation happens at MegaCamp, there's a blog post that summarizes it with photos. So for example, here's last year's Mega Tech presentation summarized here for you. So you can follow this blog so that you're not missing out on what's announced and what's talked about at MegaCamp and specifically MegaTech. Also, if you're at Family Reunion this year, we released the first instance of the Keller Williams Events app. So if you have it already on your mobile device, you should have a switcher on it. If you open it up, you shouldn't even have to update the app and just change the event from Family Reunion to McCamp. And if you don't have it, then you can go search for it in your app store. It's just called the Keller Williams Events app. And what it lets you do is just really engage with people and the activities happening at the event. So this is another great way to stay in touch with what's happening if you're not there. But if you are there, that's makes it easy for you to see what's happening and when, and based on where you are, find more out about the speakers and the exhibitors that are there. You can actually bid on the KW Kids Hair silent auction through the app. It's a lot like social media where you share photos and status updates. So just really get engaged in the conference. This is a really cool way. People liked it at Family Reunion, and so we're continuing to use it with MegaCamp. Just a note down on the bottom right corner in small print, it's powered by a company called Double Dutch. So we don't create the app. It's powered by Double Dutch, but we just has a Keller Williams MegaCamp skin on it, if you will. Okay, next on our agenda, we've got a very full webinar today. Kevin's going to talk about training tracking.
Okay, I'm not going to take up too much time on this because I know we're running out of time. Actually, we probably are out of time, but
We actually could save this for next week if you feel yeah.
I'm thinking that would be best because I know this is really great information we want to share. And let's just move to the reminders from the support team, and we will save that for next week.
Okay. I know you all cannot wait to hear about training tracking, but we will bring it back next week. So yeah, the next topic, it's on behalf of our support team. We check in with them frequently and just want to make sure that everybody's aware of these 3 big reminders, which we have mentioned in the most recent ambassador calls. And the first one is that our support team can no longer retrieve your password. Nobody here can do it. Just like with any online service where you have a password, you usually can't call somebody and get it. So you'll just go through what's a very normal procedure of requesting a new password. And so there's the path to get to that. It's on mykw.kw.com. You'll go to the technology menu, and then there's a change password menu option, which brings up the screen that you see here. So again, please pass that along in your market centers. The second reminder, and I think this was mentioned last week the first time, but once a kw.com email address is created, it is set. We can't change it. It can't be changed anymore. And the reason for that, as we're moving closer to single sign-on and the fact that a lot of systems use your email address as an account identifier, it needs to stay constant once it's created. So if somebody needs to have their email changed, maybe it was spelled wrong or there was a life event that changed it, what agents can do is request an alias. And on answers.kw.com, which is our knowledge base, you'll just go there and search for email aliases. Here are instructions and some FAQs around email aliases. And the third reminder for you, once again, is that we have this List Hub exception report that your leadership should be using. It really does catch most of the reasons why listings are not showing up in the KWLS even when the KW Connector service is turned on. So this really spells out main reasons why listings might not be showing up and allows that troubleshooting to happen right there at Market Center without having to spend time calling support and tracking it down. All right. Finally, what's coming up next week? We have our Systems for Success on Monday, which is going to focus on using the KWLS. So send any of your new agents or agents who don't know about it to Monday's webinar. They'll learn how to start using KWLS, get their listings in there and the value of it. We have member orientation for KW video happening on Wednesday, and then Friday is, once again, it's a technology ambassador webinar, and it's also the last technology ambassador webinar for MegaCamp. Notice the picture of the calendar. The week of August 17th is all orange because there aren't going to be any webinars that week because we will pretty much all be at MegaCamp. So if you're at MegaCamp, we will see you there at the booth or at the session for ambassadors and MC techs. If you're not, check the blog and make use of our video library for any training needs that you have. And if you have any questions about that List Hub report, look in the handouts. Look in your GoToWebinar control panel right now. You should have a little module in there called Handouts. And if you expand that, there's PDF. It's a one-page quick guide to the List Hub exceptions report. It's going to tell you how to get to the report, why you would use it, and how to interpret it. So why is a picture on the slide? Does anybody know why did we choose to put a picture of a serpent and a lighthouse on the slide? Anybody?
Anybody. I'll be really impressed. And while we're waiting for that answer, I just, there are some questions coming in, like, is MegaCamp live streamed? There are some sessions that will be live streamed, and Brenda and I will be sure that is included in next week's updates. You get some answers on that, as well as some additional answers to your questions. I did share with everyone the link to the training tracker information, so you can get caught up on that before next week. So any other questions that were coming up? Somebody asked Brenda if you were going on vacation, if you're going on a cruise, that's why.
Oh, I wish.
Slides there.
No, sadly, but not sadly. It could be very exciting that today, August 7th, is in fact both National Lighthouse Day and National Sea Serpent Day. So artists,
look at that.
Yeah, there's a sculptor, Benjamin Dominguez, and in 1965 he constructed this park called Monster Park in San Gabriel, California. So if you're there, go check it out today. And it's just it's a kids kind of a playground park, and this is one of his sculptures where he's blended together a lighthouse and a serpent.
That's pretty good.
Love to hear how you plan on celebrating National Lighthouse Day or National Sea Serpent Day today.
That's pretty impressive there. Pretty impressive.
All right. Any other questions or comments? Go ahead and type them in. And otherwise, we will say goodbye to you all, and we'll see you back next Friday. Anything else from you, Kevin?
No, I don't have anything else. I want to thank everybody for being a part of today's presentation. I look forward to see some of you in a couple of weeks. We really love to see those videos. Those workshops are still incredible. I piloted them as well. It makes your training so much easier, so much more pleasant for the attendees. All the work has been done for most of all. That's one of the biggest challenges for us as realtors, as trainers, as staff is the time to create the training. Don't worry about it. We've got it. And we're gonna help make it easier for you all, but you all have to do the training for us.
Which we appreciate. Yep, you're able to help us reach all of the agents this way.
Yep. All right, thanks everyone. Hope you're making it a great Friday, and be safe and have a super weekend. Thank you, Brenda.
Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Adam, for helping with questions.
Thank you, Adam. Yes, sir.
All right, bye-bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.